And they didn't look at this. They basically printed an entire article and they're saying that the copy editor didn't look at this. It's a wonderful day in the homiehood, a wonderful day for a homie. Won't you be my homie to Taro? Okay, here it is. An apology and a promise to do better. From Peterborough this week, Lee Ann Waterman. This is from March 3rd. It's about trust. Our relationship with our readers is built on transparency, honesty, and integrity. It sure is. And that's why so many of us distrust you. As such, we have launched a trust initiative to tell you who we are and how and why we do what we do. This article is part of that project. On February 23rd, an advertisement with an anti-LGBTQ message appeared in Peterborough this week. Simply put, that ad should have never happened, and we apologize. The publication of the advertisement could have been seen as a validation of a viewpoint that is hurtful and harmful, both personally to LGBTQ people and their families, friends, and allies, and on a wider scale to the efforts by so many to build and foster a community that is safe and just and inclusive. We sincerely regret that. We have no excuse and an unacceptable explanation. The ad copy was not read by anyone on our team before it appeared in print. Insane. Below Sylvia Sutherland. Okay, here it is. God made mankind male and female. Matthew 19:4. And Jesus answered and said unto them, Have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female? Is this the whole ad? This whole half a page is the ad. Gender identity, how I think of myself. Psychological sense of gender, or how God made me. Wow. And they didn't look at this. They basically printed an entire article and they're saying that the copy editor didn't look at this. Are you insane? And then this article up here about how Counselor Hackey was no offense was intended, about diversity in our community, and then they ran this pay for play content below it. This is absolutely unacceptable. The ad copy was not read by anyone on our team before it appeared in print. At least they're saying that, at least they know that this is an unacceptable explanation. As a news organization, we bear responsibility for what we publish. Yeah, go defund yourself. Regardless of whether that is a news article, an opinion piece, a letter to the editor, or an advertisement. And that means reviewing all of the above with an eye for fairness, accuracy, and good taste. We failed to do that in this case, and we are re-examining our processes and putting in place policy to ensure this doesn't happen again. They didn't have a policy for this before? This is a company that's owned by Torstar. We believe our newspapers and our websites should be places for people to exchange ideas, where they can talk over and talk through all sides of the many issues that face our communities and their residents, discuss and perhaps disagree on solutions. There's no disagreeing with fundamental human rights. Universal human rights, however, are not up for debate. Oh, really? Good to hear. Good to hear them say it. We believe every person, regardless of race, gender, place of birth, social status, sexual orientation, physical or mental capability, is entitled to certain rights and freedoms. We do not dispute whether anyone should have access to safe shelter, adequate food, clean water, and medical care. We do not dispute the right to an education, to vote, to a fair trial, to protect against discrimination. And we do not dispute a person's right to exist without persecution, as they are. Lee Ann Waterman is Director of Content for Metroland Communities. Wow. This is disgusting. I disagree with the existence of Torstar papers. Yeah, for real. Sadly, like they're putting this woman's face. It's probably not even her fault. If she works for Metroland, which is like the parent company for Torstar and all of them, um, she's the director of content. Is like this probably this probably is not something that ran past her at all until it's too late, and she's kind of taking the L for this. But this is very clearly like Peterborough This Week and the Examiner's fault. Like they're the same company. They print their shit. Like you can see here, Peterborough This Week, and this is on, well, it's on archive.ph, but it's on the Examiner website. This would never happen at the Arthur. 100%. You're damn right. It would never happen. Because they actually have a editorial process that where people actually read the things that go to print. My goodness. They also published an opinion piece from a known transphobic person. That is correct. Yeah, didn't Ben Inglis, who's the pastor at Hill City Baptist, one of the organizers of the hate rally that happens that are happening outside the Peterborough Library, they published an opinion piece from him. Let's take a look at that now. Oops. I guess that got deleted. Is it gone? The link's not working. The link is not working. The one that the Peterborough Examiner published. Did they delete it? All right, let's just try to search for the title. Opinion, Peterborough Letter, Council should not be a hub for activism. This is ridiculous. Politicians are just basically professional activists. Okay, here we go. Is it paywalled? All right, well, it's going to be a moment here. Today's stream is sponsored by archive.ph, where you can unarchive paywalled content. Peterborough Letter, Council should not be a hub for activism. Put bigger issues facing taxpayers first. I love that this guy thinks like this guy's main issue is that transgender people exist. You think that's an issue that's affecting taxpayers? That like less than 1% of the population is wants like to be affirmed in their identity? Councillor Joy LaChica calls for more official recognition of diversity in Peterborough, February 14th. So this is a response to an article. And you know what? I will say, as someone who works for a newspaper, you kind of do have to print the letters to the editor, right? I think that is a good practice. If this is a letter to the editor, then they don't really have a choice. This is not on the Examiner, but you know what is on the Examiner? This shit. When they print this. Oh, really? They didn't print one from Diane Tyrion. Ben Inglis needs to find out. Well, he's fucking around. That's for sure. So, this is Ben's take. Ben's take on the committee meeting last Monday is that Councillor Joy LaChica should spend less time reminding everyone of her place in the worldwide matrix of oppression and more time determining and addressing the actual concerns of the residents in her ward. This guy doesn't live downtown. This guy, I know for a fact that this motherfucker does not live downtown. She would likely find that most people are less concerned about spending 11 of the 12 months of the year in perpetual grievance and more concerned about getting the canyon-sized pothole in front of their house fixed. This is a personal attack against the councillor, who I'm sure is a wonderful person outside committee meetings. This is a personal attack on the idea that city council should be reduced to yet another hub for activism. instead of a place to make actual headway on real issues facing regular people. The sooner our elected officials understood their main job description, the better our city will be. Ben Inglis, Peterborough. It doesn't even say here that he's the pastor of Hill City Baptist Church, which is also on the forefront of the hate rallies outside the city of Peterborough Library. Like, they could at least put what his title is to put it into additional context, but they didn't even do that. So yeah, absolute trash. I don't know what's going on over at the Examiner and This Week Peterborough, but they have once again revealed what their bias is. Eventually you have to ask yourself, how do mistakes like this happen? Especially when you're publishing stuff from like a known hate monger like Ben Inglis. So absolutely disgusting. Peterborough Examiner, Peterborough This Week, like, we're coming for you. We're coming for you. Mainstream media in Peterborough put on notice. Like, we are coming for you, and you better check yourself before you wreck yourself.